Hey, so got another book review. This is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll, or EM Carroll as they go by now. This was a risk. I hadn't really heard much about it. It's not one that's really talks about in comics YouTube. Um, but I was looking for something different and wanted something a bit more experimental. And I was in the mood for like a good horror one. And it was just the synopsis what grabbed me. It says it's enchanting. Carol's talent is immense. The mood of these stories is Brothers Grimm by way of Patricia Highsmith or Stephen King, while her drawings seem to channel Edward Gorey. So wow, yeah, sweet spots being all ticked there. And oh boy, am I glad I invested in this. This comes with the highest recommendation. The artwork is very experimental, but in all the best ways. It's a series of 5 stories with an introduction story and a conclusion as well. So 7 stories in total if you include those. Everything from the contents page onwards is just really, really stylistic. It's kind of like the bastard child of Angela Carter, who did Company of Wolves, and Tim Burton, especially his art style. And it's got a very like Mark Wheatley style, who did Breathtaker and quite a bit of Sandman artwork to it as well. So the introduction just kind of sets the tone straight away. It's quite a very chilling introduction. It's more what it doesn't show you that gets into you. So the first story, Our Neighbour's House, which again, I love the little thing. I'm a big fan of anthology, all the way from films to books, from Ray Bradbury anthologies in books. In films, I love like the old Trigon and Amicus ones, what they used to do in the 70s. And I also like things like Twilight Zone, and also in comics, EC and Creepy and so on. So this was ticking on the sweet spots already. But it was the art and how the lettering as well becomes almost part of the art. And you can get like the mood of the story as well, just through the lettering half the time. So this one is about these 3 girls in this cabin in this deserted area, waiting for their dad to come back. He says, I'll be gone for a few days, wait for me, I'll be back. And during that time, things happen. They get a knock on the door, and this stranger answers with this wide-brimmed hat, and one sister disappears. Happens to a second time, another sister disappears. And as you can see, the art just builds on the atmosphere. And so I won't say the conclusion because it's good. And it does send a shiver down your spine in the best possible way. It's what I was looking for with the recent relaunch of the EC titles from Oni, which I didn't get, where it's not just shock, it's horror, proper horror. Horror is when it gets under your skin and you start thinking about the story afterwards. It's the less is more kind of horror, what you get from Hitchcock, where it's your imagination makes things worse because you can't see what's going on. And so what I like about it as well, it jumps from not genres, but almost like settings with each story. So that one almost was like a set during like it felt very 1800s in the West. And then A Lady's Arms Are Cold. This one feels very Edwardian. So there's this woman in this stately manner, and she keeps hearing voices in the walls. But the tension is ratcheted up already, but just through the simple thing of like eating a slice of meat, everything is heightened. And is a husband who he says he is when you just look at him eating there? And so he goes away, very much like the first story, and she hears these voices while he's gone, speaks to her through the walls, through the floor. And so she goes investigating. She looks all around the building. I mean, look at that page. Just beautiful. Just to see the source of where these voices are coming from. Keeps on hearing it, can't find out what's going on here. She looks in the floorboards. Again, just beautiful. This is what I mean about how the lettering just blends into the artwork seamlessly. And then this very simple but very dynamic page, she realizes that it's coming from inside the house. So she's staring at this big wall. And I'm not going to say much more, but just the imagery, because you need to discover it for yourself, because it was good. It was very, very good. And again, it pulls no punches with the final denouement of what happens with the story. It doesn't end the way you expect it to end. But again, look at that. And it's all the better for it. It's very, very good. These are like fairy tales for adults where it's very, very literally grim. And then the third story is His Face All Red. Again, the art changes yet again. And so it's about these two brothers, and one of them should not be alive. But there he is, laughing and joking with everybody. And the other brother knows why he shouldn't be alive. Just brilliant. Again, the artwork, just so cool. And so this whole story is about the mystery of why he shouldn't be alive, which gets revealed, and then the mystery then after that is how is he alive? And so the brother who knows why his brother shouldn't be alive goes investigating. But just look at this page where it shows him going down this tunnel. Very animation style. And again, just a wonderful, wonderful conclusion. And the next one, My Friend Jana. This is set about the craze, what they had in the 1800s, especially in Victorian England, where they had these fake mediums, where they used to attract crowds of people, and people thought, oh, they could converse with the dead, when in fact it was normally somebody hiding it behind a wall or whatever, making the noises for them, doing the voices. And that's what this is all about. But it starts off these two girls who are like best of friends. They come across this dead rabbit, and that's where the story starts from. And then it flashes forward to where they're doing these fake seances and deceiving people. But then her friend, who's the one who's doing all the sound effects and whatnot, you know, hidden, she sees something over her friend, this spectral image, and it gets more and more intensified. And damn, it's creepy as hell. And yeah, great. Again, not going to show you any more because it really needs to be experienced. I read this within a few hours because it just sucked me in. And then I think this is the main. Yeah, then the final story, which is like the biggest story, is called The Nesting Place. This one is very, very Junji Ito coded. It's creepy as all hell. The art again has changed. It's got this like 1920s like periodical kind of style to it. So this girl whose parents have died, she goes to live with her brother, and she's never met his wife before. And his wife comes across as really glamorous, really pretty, really nice. But there's just something off about her. And there's a really sinister page. Where is it now? Yeah, where she's eating. Look at her teeth. And the house maid, or whatever she is, the guardian of the house, tells this young girl, don't go in the woods because things happen in the woods. But she hears this noise, and she keeps seeing these images of all these teeth. which is a really creepy as fuck page there. So she follows this sound because she hears it and she just follows it. And she basically goes further and further into the woods, finds this cave, and ends up falling in the cave. I don't want to ruin. I'm just going to show you this page. This is what I mean about the horror and the Junji Ito vibe of it. My God, this was a creepy story. I made a mistake of reading this at night, and it fucks up my dreams. I'll tell you that. That if you like Junji Ito, if you like creepy as fuck stories that get under your skin, literally, this is the one for you. And then it wraps up nicely with the afterword, which is like this take on Red Riding Hood. Again, art style completely different. It was wonderful. She's got two more books. She's got a short, like novella style one. Sorry, I mean they go by non-binary now. And she's also got another, like a ghost story, which is a thicker one even than this one. So I will be getting that one to do a review of. But this comes with the highest recommendation. If you want something that's spooky, that's horror, but in the classic like gothic style of horror that really gets under your skin and stays with you for days afterwards, which has got strong writing. The writing is there for a purpose. It's not overly verbose. It's not Tom King where you're reading reams and reams of writing just to get one point across. And it, like I said, it artistically blends with the imagery as well. It deserves all the accolades it's got, and the accolades it's got are not from other comic creators. It's from literary circles, which is so refreshing to see. Yeah, comes from my highest recommendation. It's a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you hunt this down. Through the Woods by stories by Emily Carroll. But if you're looking for her recent books, she now goes by EM Carroll. Yeah, if you like Neil Gaiman, if you like Stephen King, if you like Angela Carter, if you like old EC comics, creepy stuff like that, perfect book. Okay, bye.